Let them. Law of abundance. Law of abundance is a big one, peoples, because it's about keeping our faith and trust. And I personally believe it's okay to fall into moments of despair as long as we're not in a place of fear. So I think if we're in a place of love, like a place, and what I mean by a place of love, like is a place of openness, faith, trust. I think it's okay to go into those dark depths, not dark, to the depths of despair, the depths of sadness around the experience and what it's bringing up about what's not there now that is required. For example, if someone's hungry and they're unable to feed themselves and they've got a hunger in their belly, I believe it is okay to actually feel the sadness of being hungry and the sadness around the inability at that time to feed the body. I just think it's important that we don't fall into a state of fear whilst feeling that sadness. So if we're feeling, oh, this is so sad, yeah, I know everything's going to be okay. I'm hungry right now. I know I'm not going to starve. I know everything's okay. So it's feeling the feeling to the depths of the authenticness of the feeling and feeling the reality of the situation in trust and faith that the law of abundance and prosperity is there. It's actually our reality upon maintaining that ethos of law of abundance and law of faith and just knowing that we're protected and everything's okay. And that feeling that we've got to experience is part of our growth. It's part of our, there's something about that experience of being hungry, knowing that everything's okay. Or knowing that something that's so important to be done is being thwarted at that moment, yet it's not a permanent situation, it's just for that moment or just that day. These are what I firmly think these experiences of lack are around, to remind us that the lack is not a permanent situation and that all is well and that prosperity and abundance is ours upon, really staying in that space of faith. And I actually believe being in a place of faith involves having to have deep, authentic experiences, the full gamut of emotions that human beings have. A lot of human beings block their emotions. They block a lot of their feelings for a long time. Little furball. Here's little. Oh, did you see her? Here she is. Little Xena Beena. Little beautiful Xena. Isn't she beautiful? I love her so much. I really love her. And she's a blessing. She's an angel for sure. She's got such an incredible character. Really, I just feel so blessed to have her in my life. So, I just feel like what happens is a lot of people are scared of strong emotion. I meet a lot of people that are scared of strong emotion. They tell me so, and I can see it in their behaviours and what they say. And Oh, especially when they repeat the same thing year after year after year after year. It's like, oh my gosh, please, 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 let that fear go and move on. Please move on. And you just have to pray for these people. So I believe what's happened for me, here she is, look, chewing a stick. What's happened for me, and I'm not saying, oh, aren't I amazing? But in all honesty, people actually tell me often that I'm amazing. Like I've had people regularly comment on my resilience, my intelligence, my emotional intelligence, my incredible ability to work through adversity and turn it into a triumph and a really empowering lesson. How I'm able to maintain a place of love and kindness and peace when things are just in a crisis point, and how I'm able to maintain my faith and trust that all is going to be well, even when it seems like everything is falling apart. So I've been hearing these comments from people for a very, very, very long time. And over the years of ongoing adversity and trials and tribulations, and a lot of external circumstances that just keep knocking me out, like, goodness sakes, please, why another experience in this? And I just like look at it and going, well, I'm the common denominator is myself. I'm part of why this has occurred, why this experience has actually gotten to the point that it's gotten to and got. And in the earlier days, I used to take way too much responsibility for all of it, or most of it. And now I'm learning how to actually put a lot of responsibility for various outcomes in other people's um, hand it back to them. It's their journey. Like, there's certain elements of what other people are doing that's for them to deal with. It's not my responsibility to deal with it. And in that regard, I then reduce the the shame elements, for example, or the too much. Sometimes I have too much guilt over a situation, and I let those guilts go when I realised there was a lot more going on than just my responses and my reactions. And so when I can put it into place for how it really, for all of how it was, and for the others' part in it, and I take responsibility for my part, and then I put back the responsibility for the others back into their court. That's helping the journey for me to be easier, because I'm not taking on so much. I'm not being so hard on myself for why yet another situation happened again. Like, I go, whoa, there was a lot of other external influences at bay and at play. And the thing that upsets me, of course, is why did I allow that into my life? Why did I yet again attract that type of person into my life, or that? Why did I yet again go into that type of dynamic with someone? So that definitely upsets me. But that's what I look at. I look at, well, okay, it's not just what I did in the situation, but yet that I also allowed and attracted that person into my life. Like, wow, Nadina, come on, enough's enough. Step up. It's time to, seriously, it's time to break this pattern and this habit. Go deep, go hard, go. So the resilience development is from that, and it's from being authentic. And it's from trusting the law of abundance. Like, I do believe prosperity and peace and everything that I really desire. I desire peace so much. I desire to have a peaceful life so much. I really desire to have a peaceful life. Like, I keep getting almost there and then, boom, sabotage it. For many different reasons. And in the law of abundance, I go, okay, well, and in the law of peace, I go, I have full trust and belief and faith, in this reality that, and And I look for it. I look for where I'm abundant. I'm constantly feeling faithful. And not constantly, I slip. But the truth of the matter is that when I go really deep in my anguish, I'm still maintaining a sense of abundance. When I go really deep into my anguish around pain and lack and all that sort of stuff, I don't let it sit there for too long, because I keep going into, no, everything is perfect, everything is aligned. Like, life, there's so much in life that is working, and so I've got that real positive outlook and that real looking for where it is working, looking for where the abundance is, looking for where the peace is, even amongst the most extreme circumstances. That's what I urge you all to do. Like, feel the depths, just feel those depths, feel the depths of the anguish from a place of gracious, radical acceptance, that of the experience, knowing in grace that all is perfect. It's all okay. It's actually all okay. And by staying in that sense of abundance, like living in the world of abundance, like when things seemingly aren't working or seemingly too hard, from a place of abundance, we move through that so quickly, and then the prosperity comes. We never will ever go. I think it's like amazing. Like, you get a phone call all of a sudden, and someone, just all these miracles start to occur. That's what's been happening in my life a lot. Like, just all these miracles keep occurring. And then when we really work through all of our subconscious blocks that are there, then those moments of despair and lack won't even be there anymore. It'll just be abundance constantly. And then we can really start giving back to the world, like in a big way. And we can give back to the world in a big way when we really have gone deep into our psyche. Like, when we go deep into all of our unconscious traumas and all of our, deep sabotage, obstacles that we keep bringing up, like, then we're freed from it all. That's why in those moments of deep despair, when everything seems so hard, it's actually the biggest gems you could ever have. They're the biggest lessons of how to be fully abundant and fully peaceful that we could ever have. And then it's from that we really become our true selves, and then that's when we can really shine the abundant infinite of all, which is the godly grace, the God's gift. Then we live it, shine it, give it, are it. So there you go, peoples. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's the importance of going deep into grief from a place of gracious, radical acceptance. Literally, it brings us to a place of deep peace, and it allows abundance to come to us, because we're not continuing from a place of worry or fear or anxiety, or we start to get to a place of but just being fully in the moment. Like, right now, my current moment is so beautiful. Everything about my current reality is exquisite. The day is stunning. The temperature is really lovely. I've got these beautiful creatures that are healthy and happy. I'm predominantly really healthy. I can't actually say I'm happy per se, but I have joy. And this is how can you say, how can I say I'm not happy if I've got heaps of joy? There's a difference, peoples. I have joy. I have joy for being alive, joy for the beauty that's around me, joy for the ongoing experiences that I get to have to keep learning, joy, faith and trust in my life. I have faith, that there will be a time when I'm really happy again. And faith, just complete faith. Let's leave it at that, my loves. Keep well. Okay, keep well. God bless you all.